Hi, my children have twice been put into the care system since my wife and I reported an elite paedophile ring. This involves the clergy. Our children have been brutalised in the care system, and in Scotland the senior clergy have been doing their very best to discredit us. In Ireland the clergy have been doing their best to manipulate us. I now have a number of questions for Pope Francis. Pope Francis, your clergy in 2 countries are well aware of the illegal persecution of my Catholic family for reporting an elite paedophile ring. Why do you think that none of your clergy will help us? Pope Francis, the Catholic hierarchy in Scotland and Ireland have slandered us to all priests. Why are senior clergy so fearful that they've instructed all clergy not to trust us, listen to us, and of course, help us? Pope Francis, the clergy have behaved in the most vicious and unchristian way. Why are senior clerics in Ireland and Scotland persecuting my Catholic family for reporting high-level paedophilia? Pope Francis, why are some senior clerics trying actively to discredit us, while other senior clerics are trying to manipulate and control us in an attempt to gather valuable information? Pope Francis, my family suffered terribly. Our baby son Christian has been beaten in care, receiving a black eye. Our disabled son Sebastian, who is only now 7, has been so upset that we've been told he cries during his sleep. My daughter Charlotte, who is a very young child, said to her mother that she was too sad to cry. And her oldest daughter Alexandra is constantly pestered and manipulated by social workers. Our children and our family have suffered terribly. Much of this suffering has been caused by the wickedness of senior clergy at the very senior levels in Scotland and Ireland who are trying to cover up their involvement in satanic ritualistic abuse. Does it concern you, Pope Francis, that your church is so badly infiltrated by those involved in child abuse, or, as it's better known, satanic ritualistic child abuse? Pope Francis, one of the bishops has arranged or instructed the poisoning, incredibly, of my wife and I. In another bishopric, a priest sent my wife and I to a hitman. The clergy have used people who are members or former IRA men, cult members. They have used solicitors and even county councillors in their bid to use us and dispose of us. What penance do you think bishops and archbishops in Scotland and Ireland should receive for their wicked treatment of my family? Pope Francis, your predecessor, His Holiness Pope Benedict XVI, recalled the former Papal Nuncio of Ireland to Rome in a bid to do penance for covering up paedophilia by clerics in Ireland. The shameful response by the paedophilic hierarchy in Ireland was to instruct their puppet, Enda Kenny, to break off diplomatic ties with Rome. Will you recall senior clerics involved in child abuse and the cover-up of child abuse to Rome to do penance? Pope Francis, what action do you think the Holy See should take to ensure the vicious assault by senior clerics in 2 countries against my family does not happen to another Christian family again for exposing evil? Pope Francis, does it concern you that a number of your senior clergy in 2 countries of Scotland and Ireland have not only behaved in a massively unchristian way, but in a criminal fashion against my 4 children and my wife? Pope Francis, does it concern you that a substantial number of your clergy, including senior clergy, are sexual deviants involved in pederasty and satanic ritualistic child abuse?